today we're gonna read a few. I think just two top chapters of The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. So let's get started. Sorry, it's a little hard. Chapter 1: The Ocean. Our story begins on the ocean with wind and rain and thunder and lightning and waves. A hurricane roared and raged through the night. And in the middle of the Charles ship was sinking down to the ocean floor. The ship left hundreds of crates floating on the surface, but as the hurricane thrashed and swirled, and the deaths one after one, they were swallowed up by the waves until 5 crates reminded by morning the hurricane was gone. There were no clouds, no ships, and no land in sight. There were only clams. Water and clear skies. Those 5 crates lazily blobbing along and ocean curtain. Days passed. And then a smug of green reaper on the horizon as the crates defined closer and soft green shapes slowly sharpened into the hard edges of a wild rocky islands. The first crate rode to shore and rumbled. Wave then crashed against the rocks with such force the whole thing burst apart. Now, reader, what I haven't mentioned is that tightly packed inside each crate was a brand new robot. The Curl ship had transported hundreds of them before it was swept into the storm. Now only 5 robots were left. Actually, only 4 were left because when the first crate crashed against the rock, the robot inside shattered into pieces. The same thing happened to the next crate. It crashed against the rocks. The robot parts flew everywhere. Then it happened to the next crate and the next. Robots' limbs and torsos were flung onto ledges. A robot head splashed into a tide pool. The robot 4 scattered into the waves. And then came the last crate. It followed the same path as the others, but instead of crashing against the rocks, it swooshed against the remains of the first 4 crates. Soon more waves were heaving it up to the water. It soared through the air, spinning the glisten until it slammed down onto a tall shelf of rocks. The crate was cracking and crumbled, but the robot inside was safe. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. The Otters. The island's modern shore had become something of a robot gravesite. Scattered across the rocks were the broken bodies of 4 dead robots. They sparkled in the early morning light. Sorry, my brothers are being loud. And their sparkles caught the attention of some very curious creatures.
Ow, ow.
A gang of sea otters was roping through the shallows when one of them noticed the sparkling objects. The otters all froze. They raised their noses to the wind, but they smelled only the sea. So they curiously crept over to small rocks to take a closer look. The gang slowly approached a robot torso. The big guest otter stuck his paw, strawed the heavy thing, and quickly jumped back. But nothing happened. So they wagged over to a robot hand. Another brave otter stuck out her paw and flipped the hand over. It made a lovely clink sound on the rocks. Then the others squeaked with delight. They spread out and played with robot arms and legs and feet. More hands were flipped. One of the otters discovered the robot head in the tide pool, and they all dove in and took turns rolling it along the bottom. And then they spotted something else. Overlooking the gravestake was one surviving crate. Its sides were scraped and dented, and a wide gash ran across its top. The otters scampered up the rocks and climbed onto the big box. 10 furry faces poked through the gash, eager to see what's inside. What they saw was another brand new robot, but this robot was different.
Yes.
From the others.
Let's go see Mom.
It's different from the others. It was still in one piece, and it was surrounded by spongy packaged foam. The otters reached through the gash and tore at the foam. It was so soft and squishy. They squeaked as they foam. It was so soft and squishy. Oh, sorry, I read the part. Stretch the fuzzy stuff. Shreds of it floated away on the sea breeze. And in all of experiments, one of their paws accidentally slapped an important little button on the back of the robot's head. Click! It took a while for the others to realize that something was happening inside the crate. But a moment later, they heard it, a low whirring sound. Everyone stopped and stared. And then the robot opened her eyes. And that's the end of today's video. Come back another day or tomorrow. Bye.